warming is a scientific fact, even though it's disputed scientifically, and
So,
pushing global agendas based on an assumption that limit so-called carbon footprints and want to take carbon out of our carbon-based world. Without carbon, we can't have life. Plants can't photosynthesize without sunlight and carbon. And these are the two things that global New World Order scientists are proposing to do: dim the sun and reduce everyone's global carbon footprint, personal carbon footprint, to have a global impact.
That's insanity. I just personally, I think, yeah. I just wanted to say, back to the implants or the marks, the strange marks. Just this last year, the UFO Wisconsin research team received some photographs from a lady who had a very, very unusual, like a cut mark look on her ankle. And you could tell it wasn't like from shoes or wear, and it was cauterized. It looked like it was done with a laser. How and the line that the cut was a bunch of little dots if you looked at it closely. Very interesting. She had one, and her husband had one, and they couldn't explain it. So, and of course, alien implants, that's physical proof. Now, Roger Lear was a surgeon and ufologist, best known for his work on alien implants. He wrote a book called The Aliens and the Scalpel, if anyone is interested in that. And, he's removed not only alien implants or suspected alien implants, but ones with, frequencies and stuff, where it's admitting a frequency until it's removed, and then the frequency stops admitting. Really bizarre stuff.
You know what that made me think of? As soon as the way Don described it, and Jean said it, and I agree with her, because the first thing I thought of was cattle mutilations. Because when you look at cases of cattle mutilations, that's one of the things that's always present.
Well, that could be tied in there. I mean, we don't even know why they're apparently like organ harvesting going on, because organs are missing. And go ahead.
If the same phenomenon is responsible for all of these things, cattle mutilations with that cauterization, or cautering, I think is actually the term for that, and people reporting mystery scars or lines on their skin, and then an x-ray or some diagnostic imaging showing, yes, indeed, there was an incision, but it didn't heal normally, and hybrid alien children, if all of these things are from the same causal source, UFOs, ETs, then it all starts to make sense to me.
Right.
I had one question for you, Kevin. When that couple that had that line on their ankle, did they both happen at the same time? And did any of them have any dreams or nightmares about that afterwards?
Yeah, there was actually there was more going on with that. It was the pictures that really wowed me, because again, they look so unusual. And being on the ankles, someone could do that to themselves, granted. But I'm trying to think, what could they have used even to get it to look like that, But yeah, they had suspected things because of dreams and night terrors and partial recollection and whatnot. And the husband had a UFO experience too, where he had witnessed a UFO outside their house. But yeah, the pictures, once they had the marks on their ankles, that's when once there's physical evidence you can say, whoa, like I just went to bed. I didn't have a strange mark going across my foot going across my ankle. And look, he's got it too. What the heck? So yeah, very strange, very bizarre. Yeah.
And I wanted to say about Dr. Lear that his findings are controversial.
Well, yeah.
Yes. So, some of the, and he extracted, I want to say it was something like 17 operations with 19 devices extracted. It was in the teens, the numbers of devices he took out as of when I finished my research and wrote an article on him a year and a half ago. And I'm not even sure he's still alive, but be that as it may, some of he submitted these objects, implants that came out of people to independent labs for testing, and the results came back, depending on what side of the fence you're on in terms of believing in the existence of UFOs, it was either stunning proof or highly doubtful. But some of the components of these objects were not identifiable in the sense that there was nothing like it known on Earth. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist on Earth. We just don't know about it. There were some that emit frequencies, but that might be military tech. Go ahead, Jen.
It is time for our commercial break. You are listening to Paraversal Universe. We will be right back with our panel for the next segment after these commercials.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama. Since 1948, Fate Magazine has brought you reports of the strange and unknown. All of them true. Fate Radio is carrying on that tradition, bringing you the unusual, macabre, strange, and bizarre. Join host Kat Hobson Sunday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
Son of a...
Hey, son.
Mother...
Son, what are you doing?
Hey, Mom. I'm getting ready to listen to Periscope Uncensored.
By expanding your vocabulary.
Well, it is uncensored.
Son, the uncensored part of Periscope Uncensored is Jax and I getting down to brass tacks with all aspects of the paranormal. There's no fluff on our show.
So, no off-color commentary?
I didn't say that.
Awesome!
Son?
I just hit my head.
Oh boy, I'll go get you an ice pack. Catch Periscope Uncensored Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting. The best in paranormal talk radio.
Oh, come on. I'm Southern, but... Nope. That'll do. Hello. I am Kat Hobson, host of Paranormal Experience here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. I enjoy having guests from all areas of the paranormal, from ghosts to ufology to cryptids and beyond. You'll find some of the best researchers in their fields bringing you some great information. Join me on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 p. Eastern here on WBHM Digital Broadcasting. Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 23 minutes after the hour.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from our commercial break. This is Paraversal Universe. produced by WBHM Digital Broadcasting. Also heard on WCET-FM, the Rift Radio Network, and Emilio Pisano Productions. We're your hosts, Kevin and Jennifer Malek. And this is the Paralogian Report. We are joined by fellow correspondents, psychologist and ufologist Jean Broida, paranormal investigator Kat Hobson, psychotherapist Tom McGuire, and cryptozoologist Don Young. Before we get back to it, let's take a quick moment to mention our AM, FM affiliates on terrestrial radio, including WCET 101.7 FM, Columbia, South Carolina, Columbia Talk, and High Point Radio 100.5 FM and 1620 AM out of New Jersey, which broadcast in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. Hello to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are glad you are with us. This segment is brought to you by the Parasociology like page on Facebook. Parasociology is a study of how paranormal manifestations and experiences can affect a family, group, or collective. Parasociology also examines how spirituality is practiced in different cultures. So go check that out if you like that kind of thing, and leave a like for future content. All right, back to the show. This is Paraversal Universe. Enter the Paralogian Report, audio news magazine about fringe topics around the world. And next we have Kat with an article. Kat Hobson.
Thank you. This article is one that I found on Gizmodo.com. It is written by George Dvorsky, and the dateline on this is 2/28/19. I find this interesting because, as Kevin said, I am a paranormal investigator, and I am thinking I might like to try this. And the title is Incredible Experiment Gives Infrared Vision to Mice, and Humans Could Be Next. By injecting nanoparticles into the eyes of mice, scientists gave them the ability to see near-infrared light, a wavelength not normally visible to rodents or people. It's an extraordinary achievement, one made even more extraordinary with the realization that a similar technique could be used in humans. Of all the remarkable things done to mice over the years, this latest achievement, described today in the science journal Cell, is among the most sci-fi. A research team led by Tian Zhu from the University of Science and Technology of China and Gang Han from the University of Massachusetts Medical School modified the vision of mice such that they were able to see near-infrared light in addition to retaining their natural ability to see normal light. This was done by injecting special nanoparticles into their eyes, with the effect lasting for around 10 weeks and without any serious side effects. A series of tests showed that the mice were indeed seeing infrared light and not some other stimuli. The researchers say the human eye is not too dissimilar from those of mice, leading to the fantastic prospect of applying a similar technique to humans. Humans, like mice, have visual access to a limited range of the electromagnetic spectrum. The range of wavelengths invisible to humans is vast, and consequently, we can't see anything outside of the so-called visible spectrum, wavelengths between 380 to 740 nanometers. Infrared radiation exists as longer wavelengths along the spectrum, ranging from around 800 nanometers to a full millimeter. Past infrared are the even longer wavelengths of microwaves and radio waves. Objects in the world, whether they're people or a piping hot bowl of soup, or even something as seemingly cold as an ice cube, emit infrared radiation as they give off heat. Mammals, like humans and mice, cannot see NIR, but we have technologies, namely night vision or heat vision goggles, that can convert this otherwise invisible spectrum into a format we can see. The new technique used on mice does something a bit similar, but instead of relying on wearable tech, the scientists got right down into the biology of the business. To allow mice to see beyond the usual visual spectrum, Tian and gang developed special upconversion nanoparticles capable of functioning within the rodent's pre-existing ocular